greeted by an animal when you come home because they're happy to see you? Maybe a gentle bark or signal of happiness, a lick or a soft purr? If so, you know exactly the loving feeling of having an animal that is so excited to see you at the end of the day. Now imagine the same animal was a rescue, like my dog Lucky here, and had 5 times the excitement when you come home because they're so happy to see you and see the person who gave them a new release on life. They are forever grateful and want to show you their appreciation every second they're with you. My dog Lucky was a rescue off of the reservation, and we got him at 3 months old, and we could not have been any happier and picked a better dog. Today I'm going to tell you why there is a strong need to adopt and not shop. Approximately 6.5 million companion animals enter the U.S. animal shelters nationwide every year. Of those, approximately 3.3 million are dogs, like Lucky, and 3.2 million are cats. Each year, also, approximately 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized. That's 670,000 dogs and 860,000 cats. Most animals do come in as strays, and they either stay in the shelter until rescued or they're euthanized. These animals often suffer depression, behavioral issues, health issues due to being locked in kennels for an extended period of time. The need for adoptive homes, volunteers, and donations are great. Come on, sit down. It does cost a lot of time and money to house these animals and properly vet them. Rescues operate on a constant loss, and they rarely make a profit to make ends meet. Shelters are also overcrowded, and they don't have the funds to take care of any animal. Some are strays, some are also surrenders, abused, or lost animals. The pet stores that you may see in the mall and breeders make more money selling animals, which most times often end up being surrendered due to neglect or inadequate understanding of time commitments. Because people want puppies or kittens, they don't like them when they get older, and they chose not to train or give up on when the commitment gets too high, i.e. walking them daily, feeding them, etc. These animals definitely need homes. They're the most loving and grateful animals, mostly come trained. Sometimes you have to train them yourselves. And they also come spay and neuter with their first round of shots. They will feel loved and wanted. They also make the most perfect pets. They're loyal, protective, smart, and loving. You can tailor the animal type to what works best for you and your family. They also, most times, give kisses and love at the end of the night. They also provide exercise for those who like to be active. Also, the costs are much less than if you're going to a pet store or a breeder. They also have less health issues due to inbreeding. Adoption fees vary between $50 to $200, and it also includes the vetting that I discussed earlier. You're also going to get an animal that's willing to learn and eager to please because they're so grateful being in their current home. And you'll also feel good for saving a life and being selfless. As you can see, my dog does like to give love. Also, if you can imagine, as we adopt more and we're aiding in rescues, there are going to be less dogs and cats in the shelter, less breeding due to sterilization because they come spay and neutered, and we make lifelong companions, like Lucky here, who's going on 4 years old. Also, it's helpful for kids to have pets to grow up with and learn responsibility. And in the future, we hope with more adoptions and helping with rescues, there'll also be more money for the shelters to be able to continue their efforts. Also, there's less euthanasia, so dogs can be given the life that they deserve. Also, cats. Currently, approximately 3.2 million shelter animals are adopted each year. That's 1.6 million dogs and 1.6 million cats. The number of dogs and cats euthanized in U.S. shelters annually has declined, partially explained by the increase in percentage of dogs adopted, also spayed and neutered. And imagine the further decline of these animals being euthanized or staying in shelters the rest of their lives or in foster homes. They'd be in there for shorter periods of time because they'd be given loving and caring homes. When thinking about adding to your family, consider adopting instead of going into those pet stores or those breeders. You can volunteer also at a shelter to walk, socialize, spend time with animals in need to also decrease their depression and behavioral issues. You can volunteer also with adoption events, with rescues, or fostered temporarily for dogs, so that way they can get socialized and get used to having other animals around them. Lastly, you can also fundraise or donate some money to helping these efforts, whether it be with your work or just whenever you've got an extra dollar to spare. Also, I would like to recommend that everyone microchip their dogs and also spay and neuter them, because we do not need any more lost animals in the shelter. You also want to properly train your pets and understand the commitment that these dogs and cats bring into your household. Thank you so much for your time, and remember, adopt, don't shop.